Sri Vasu is a resident of India. He left for France for the first time on 1/6/2018. First time means this is the first time he is leaving India. He is leaving India. On 1/6 he left, 1/6/1980 he left India and returned back on 15/1/2019. It is misspelled. I directly taken the question from the book. You take this as 15/1/2019. 15/1/2019. He returned back to India. Now, from 15/1 means 15 January 2019, he is in India. And again, he left for Japan on 1/10/2019. 1/10/2019. And returned to India on 15 January 2020. This is the traveling history of Mr. Vasu. Okay. Then you have to see, determine his residence status for the previous year 1920. Determine his previous year 2019 and 20. Means you have to see how many days he is in India in the year 2019 and 20. 2019 starts from 1/4/2019 and ends on 31st March 2020. You remember this one clearly. This previous year, 2019-20, 1920 previous year starts on 1/4/2019 and ends on 31st March 2020. Okay. During this period, how many days he is in India? How many days he in India? First you calculate. Okay. Then come to the decision. Come to the decision. Okay. Come to the decision. You see here. Sri Vasu's residential status for the previous year 1920. This is the solution. Okay. First I will calculate how many days he is in India in the previous year 1920. You see here. He is in India for more than 182 days. I calculated like this. From the year starts on 1/4/2019. On 1/4/2019, he is in India because he returned to India on 15/1/2019. You take this as 15/1/2019. Okay. 15/1/2019 is the date. It is not 18. It is 18. Sorry, 19. The first problem itself confused you. Okay. 1/4/2019 to 30th 9/2019, there are 184 days. Okay, means April 30 days, April 30, then May 31, June 30, July 31, August 31, September 30. 6 months period. 6 months period means 184 days. Okay. On 1/10/2019, he returned to on 1/10/2019, he again left for Japan. Means he went to Japan. Okay. Up to 30th September 2019, he is in India. On 1/10/2019, again he left India. Okay. Then he returned on 15/1/2020. Okay. So from 15/1/2020, from 15/1/2020 to the year end. The year end is 31st March 2020. This is the previous year ending date. 15/1/2020 to 31st March 2020, there are 75 days. That means January 16, February 29, March 31. Like this, 75 days. He is in India for 75 days. He's in India for 75 days. Okay. So he is in India for more than 182 days, means 180, 84 plus 75. I think it is 259 days. He is in India for 259 days. Okay. So in the previous year, 2019-20, he is in India for more than 182 days. So he satisfied first basic condition. He satisfied the first basic condition. You may write that he satisfied the first basic condition. I have not written here. You write that he satisfied the first basic condition. And he satisfied both of the subsequent conditions. Both of the subsequent conditions. He satisfied both of the subsequent conditions. How he satisfied both of the subsequent conditions? Because from 1/6/19, from 1/6/2018, before he is in India itself. He is in India itself. Therefore, out of 10 previous years, he is more than 2 previous years in India. And 730 days required in 7 previous years. In 7 previous years, if you consider every year there are 365 days, per year 365 days, for 7 years it is more than 730 days. Therefore, he satisfied both of the subsequent conditions. He satisfied both of the subsequent conditions because he is in India for his life, his previous life from before 1/6/2018. Therefore, he satisfied the subsequent conditions. You write the answer like this. These are the days. Before this, you write he satisfied first basic conditions and he satisfied both of the subsequent conditions because he was in India before 1/6/2018. Before 1/6/2018. Okay, this is the answer. So his residential status. Therefore, he is ordinarily resident of India for the previous year 1920. For the year 1920. For the year 1920. Okay. This is the only one example I prepared today, and I forget to get it PPT systematically. And tomorrow onwards, I'll get the PPT and explain all the problems. Today, I explain the problems. Today, I'll explain the problem and send you the answer in the evening. This is the first problem I solved. And you see the second example. You see the second example. What is second example? Ascertain the residential status of the assessee in the following cases for the assessment year 2020-21. Assessment year means it is the calculation of tax year. Previous year, you have to think. What about the position in the previous year? You have to think. Suppose they ask to calculate the previous year, you directly calculate the information relating to previous year. Suppose they ask to calculate information relating to assessment year information is related with previous year. Remember this point. Okay. You see this point. Srimati Radha is the citizen of India. Radha is the citizen of India. She left for Germany. She left for Germany on 15/5/2019. 15/5/2019. And could not return till the end of financial year 1920. This is the simple sentence. She left Germany on 15/5/2019. Okay, 15/5/2019 means 15th May. 15th May left. Okay, 15th May she left and she could not return till the end of financial year 1920. 1920 ends on 31st March 2020. Okay, you remember this. So your previous year is 1920. In the year 1920s, how many days she is in India? You calculate. How many days she is in India? How many days she is in India? Calculate. The 1920 starts on 1/4/2019. Starting date of this year is 1/4/2019. Ending date is 31st March 2020. 31st March 2020. Okay. If you consider this period, then how many days she is in India? On 1st April, she is in India. From 1st April 2019 to 15th May 2019, she is in India. Okay. How many days? April 30 days, May 15 days. Total 45 days maximum. Okay. Suppose she left India on 15th itself, 15th evening, you consider 15 days, and on 14th night, on 14th May night, after 14th May, she left, you consider 14 days. Let us consider 15 days. Okay. April 30 days, May 15 days, totally 45 days. She is 45 days, first 45 days. 45 days from 1st April 2019 to 15th May 2019. How many days? 45 days. Okay. Thereafter, she is not in India. Thereafter, she is not in India. Therefore, she fails to satisfy first basic condition. First basic condition. And second basic condition, she must be in India for 60 days minimum. And second condition also failed. Second condition also failed. Because in second condition, days required is 60. First condition, 182. 182 is not possible. 60 days is not possible. Therefore, she fails to satisfy first basic condition or second basic condition. That is nothing but she failed to satisfy any one of the basic condition. If she fails to satisfy any one of the basic condition, then she is called as non-resident of India. She is called as non-resident of India. Don't go for checking the subsequent conditions. Remember this point. If any assessee fails to satisfy any one of the basic condition, then you don't go for checking the subsequent conditions. Okay. First basic condition is to be satisfied. Okay. Any doubt? Miss Srimati Radha's residential status is non-resident. Non-resident for the assessment year 2021. It is for calculation year 2021. 2021 is your assessment year. That means checking year, and you have to take the information related with 1920. Remember this point. Okay. And come to the second point. Srimati Asha. Srimati Asha left for England on March 2018. Left for England on March 2018. March 2018. She left India for England, means went to England on March 2018. After living in India for 20 years. She was living in India for 20 years and left to England on March 2019. And she returned on 15th September 2019. 15 September 2019, returned to India. That means she is not in India from March 2018 to 15th September 2019. In this period, she is not in India. She is not in India. Clear? Then what is the residential status of that Srimati Asha for the assessment year 1920. You have to check the number of days in your previous year. Your previous year starts on 1st April 2019. 1st April 2019. Okay. Ends on 31st March 2020. 1st April 2019 to 31st March 2020. How many days she is in India? Okay. She is in India from 15th September 2019. She returned to India 15th September. So she is in India from 15th September. 15th September to year end. Nothing is mentioned about future. So from 15th September 2019 to 31st March 2020, she is in India. Okay, she is in India. So you calculate the days. How many days she is in India? Okay, that means September 16 days. 15 September to 30th September. How many days? 16 days. September 16 days. October 31 days. November 30 days. December 2019 31 days. January 2020 31 days. February 2020 29 days. March 2020 how many days? 31 days. So it is more than 190 days. It is more than 190 days. You calculate like this. She satisfied the first basic condition. The first basic condition because she is more than 182 days in your previous year. Okay. She satisfied the first basic condition and don't go for checking the second basic condition. Any one basic condition is enough. Any one basic condition is enough for your calculation. Okay. Then first basic condition is satisfied. Then you have to see the subsequent conditions. You have to see the subsequent conditions. The subsequent condition first is she should be resident of India for at least 2 years out of 10 previous years preceding the previous year. Here the direct 20 years. She is in India from last 20 years in India. From last 20 years, she is in India. It is the indicator to satisfy the first subsequent condition. And if you calculate the number of days, 730 days for 7 years. For 7 years, 7 previous years, you have to, she is in India for 730 days. That 730 days will be covered within 2 years. Okay, within 2 years, that will be covered. Therefore, you write your answer for this. She satisfied the first basic condition and also satisfied both of the subsequent conditions. Therefore, Srimati Asha is resident, ordinarily resident of India. This is the answer. Okay, like you write the answer. Next question is Srimati Kala, a resident of Bangalore. Srimati Kala is the resident of Bangalore. She went to Bangladesh. She went to Bangladesh for the first time on 1/8/2018. 1/8/2018. 1/8/2018. She came back to India. She came back to India on 1/1/2019 and left to Japan on 15/9/2019. Okay, 2019. And she returned from Bangladesh on 1/1/2020. This is same as first question. Okay. Determine her residential status for the previous year 1920. Okay, 1920. 1920 year starts from 1/4/2019. This year starts from 1/4/2019, ends on 31st March 2020. Okay. From 1/4/2019 to 31st March 2020, how many days Srimati Kala is in India? You calculate. Okay. You calculate. You see here. First time she went on 1/8/2018. It is not related to your period. And came back to India on 1/1/2019. This is not related to your period. 1/1/2019 she came to India and she is in India. And left to Japan on 15/9/2019. She left. Okay. From 15 before 15/9 to 15/9/2019 to 1/1/2019 she is in India. Therefore, she is in India on 1st April. Okay. From 1/1/2019 to 15/9/2019 she is in India is nothing but she is in India on 1st April. She is in India on 1st April. Okay. From 1st April to 15th September. April 30 days, May 31, June 30, July 31, August 31, September 15. Okay. days. For this period, she is in India. You take the total of these days, and she went to Japan on September. In September, she went and returned from Bangladesh on 1/1/2020. Again, she came to India on 1/1/2020. Okay, 1/1/20 comes in your previous year. From 1/1/2020 to 31st March 2020, you have to count the days. January 30 days, January 31, February 29, March 31. Round about 75 days. Okay, 75 days. So, more than 170 days in the first period and 75 days in the second period. She is more than 200 days in India. She is more than 200 days in India during previous year. Therefore, she satisfied the first basic condition. And she also satisfied both of the subsequent conditions, because first time she left India means before this she is in India. Before 1/8/2018 she is in India. Therefore, it satisfies the first subsequent condition. That first subsequent condition is she must be in India for 2 previous years out of 10 previous years. Okay. And second subsequent condition is 730 days in 7 previous years. That is possible within 2 or 3 days, within 2 or 3 years. Therefore, she satisfies the first basic condition and both of the subsequent conditions. Therefore, she is ordinary resident of India. This is the answer. Okay. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾನು ಬಿಡಿಸಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಡಿಸೋಣ ಹಂಗೆ ಹೇಳಕತ್ತೀನಿ. ನನಗೂ ಏನು ಸರಿ ಅನಿಸ್ವಾಯ್ತು. ನಾಳೆ ಇವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ಬಿಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿಸಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಕತ್ತೀನಿ ಆದ್ರೆ ನನಗೇನು ಸರಿ ಅನಿಸ್ವಾಯ್ತು. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ನಾಳೆ ನೋಡೋಣ.